Now in our roving reporter segment with Huldah Thompson, Huldah spotlights Proctors. It's more than just a theater.
Welcome to the roving reporter segment of Impact, where we spotlight special events and organizations in and around the capital region. This week, we're spotlighting Proctors. The fall season at Proctors is well underway, and although many patrons will be focusing on the main stage action, there is so much more to be seen here. We begin with the new improvements made in the main stage. Here's Philip with more.
This is not your run-of-the-mill paint job. Actually, it's kind of amazing. What we're looking at is about $150,000 of work, about equal to what we did last year. More than half of that's just to get up here, to build all the scaffolding. I mean, there's a lot of scaffolding. I think it took 2 weeks to build it, and it's going to take a week to take it down. So pretty unusual. In terms of the paint, all the color design was done about 20 years ago when the very first painting was done of the dome. And the color design has been the same, and we've just been waiting for the economics to work each piece of the puzzle and the timing. So obviously we had to close the balcony, or not need the balcony, really, in order to do this painting. And a lot of this is gold leaf, and the work of leafing is an amazing thing to watch as the very, very thin pieces of gold are brushed on and then tapped in order to fill in penetrate into the holes. It's a pretty amazing process. Evergreen Painting is who has done this work from the beginning 20 years ago, and they're probably amongst the finest restoration painting firms in the country. They're amazing.
Are people going to be able to notice, you know, when they look up? What will jump at them?
Well, what'll happen it's an excellent question, because if you did this all at once, you would absolutely notice. But doing it piecemeal, people might think it's already done. But if you just look a little tiny bit carefully at the things that are dull versus the things that shine, that's what you see. So if you came into the theater now and you looked at the top of the Capitol there where the pot is, and you could see how different it is from the gold all around it. The other thing people will see is that no longer are there some strange colors. We have a pink band now. There's no longer this dark gray. With this section being finished, there's one set of colors for the whole auditorium, and a lot of people will notice that.
What would you say is the most difficult part of the restoration?
You mean this painting restoration? Getting it all financed. And the state's help has been enormous. Over the course of all this painting and all this restoration, the Parks Department's probably been 50% of the support to make it happen. We're a historic theater, we're a national landmark, that makes an enormous difference. And as the Parks Department looks at its resources, who we are becomes an important part of the consideration.
What's left?
What's left is the face of the balcony, the underneath of the balcony, and then these two on each side, columns, the tops of those columns. But the main proscenium is done, the big dome is done, which was a huge project. That was done 15, 17 years ago.
Aside from the beautiful ceilings, there's another hidden gem to be experienced at Proctor's main stage. Her name is Goldie, and she too has undergone her own restoration process.
There's not that many venues remaining around New York State that still have functioning theater pipe organs. That makes Proctor's Theater somewhat unique. We share that position with places like Radio City Music Hall and the Capitol Theater in Utica, the Shea Theater in Buffalo, and altogether maybe 10 installations that are still functioning in New York State.
In 1984, the Golub family, in memory of Sunshine and Bernard Golub, bought the organ. It didn't come from here, but it was found in the Midwest and brought here. And since then, we've had a wonderful organ society which watches over the organ, repairs it, and develops a whole group of people who are able to play it. Wow. Some by ear and some by music. Goldie. Goldie. Which is because it has white and gold on it. And it is fun. It lives in the basement, but when it shines, it really shines. And the theater uses it quite a bit. We use it before some movies, and you can just find out in the first movie of the day by looking either at the flyer from the movies or go online, proctors.org.
Yes.
And find out when it's going to play and just sit there for half an hour. And then we have some noon concerts. There's about one a month, and those would also be available on our website. And they are wonderful. They're just free. And you can come in and spend an hour from 12 till 1 o'clock in the beautiful dark theater. It's so peaceful and really wonderful. And they have special events for Christmas.
Yes.
And different holidays, and all those organists are volunteers who just love to play Goldie.
If you're new to the area or have never experienced all that Schenectady has to offer, then Proctors Visitor Center is your first stop.
Proctors is the only tourism promotion agency in all of New York State.
Wow.
So we have a very unique position in that sense. And so what people would do is, this is the visitor center for the entire county. So people, can come here and collect all kinds of information about the entire county. And that is very exciting for us. So people can come here and collect all their information about what they would like to do and see while they're here visiting Schenectady. My site has a Erie Canal audio tour.
Yes.
And you can actually pick up brochures here or at the museum themselves. And what people can do is with their smartphone, they can scan a card and use it that way, or they can call a phone number in, and then it's a self-guided tour through the Erie Canal.
Okay. The Golub Family Arcade runs the full length of Proctors Theater. It includes hotels, shops, and exhibits.
Well, we have two main shops, plus we have a location in the balcony that we sell some merchandise, a smaller area. And then we have the bookstore, which is open whenever we can have it open during shop hours. The shops are open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday. And then we will be open when the Green Market moves into Proctors on Sundays. We'll be open in the morning from 10 to 2 as well. And then we're open for all the live events that take place in the main stage at Proctors. We have a wide variety of items, and this shop is primarily geared to performing arts related merchandise. We have a lot of licensed items. If you look around, you can see we have Spider-Man and Batman and Wonder Woman, and a lot of things like Hello Kitty, John Wayne, and the gamut that way. And then we have a lot of dance related items, plus we have music related items, ornaments that represent all the different instruments that are available, plus we have magnets also with instruments on them, and lots of music boxes. And we have a fun line of T-shirts. We deal with one company called Unemployed Philosophers Guild, and they are very amusing. They have lots of fun things. They have, like, for instance, a mug of Henry VIII with his wives on it, and then when you pour hot liquid into it, the wives disappear. And then we even have a few political things too, like we have Obama mints and a number of other things. We have Mitt Romney mints, and they're fun things. Hopefully people don't get too offended. It's Arcadia, and we have a lot of Proctors items in there. We have tote bags, throws, T-shirts, Schenectady T-shirts, and various other T-shirts that say "at Proctors" on them, and they're very interesting characters. We have Keep Calm and Bazinga, which is
Big Bang Theory.
Yes, we have that, and we have Inconceivable, which is from Princess Bride, which is a very popular cult film, and we also have things like The Big Lebowski, and
which is coming up, or is it gone?
It's just gone by, and we probably will get some zombie things in because we've sold out of them already from what we had, and we try to coordinate items in there with what's happening at Proctors and whatever shows are coming through. And then the bookstore is open whenever we can have it open during business hours. Sometimes it's used as a dressing room or a meet and greet, so therefore we can't have it open during that period of time. But the books are donated, and we sell the paperbacks for 50 cents, the hardcovers for $1, and people are always dropping books off for it, and people are always buying books. So it's a good turnover. They come in, they go out. All the money that the shops make goes to Proctors. It helps support Proctors Theater.
These two stores are run by volunteers who have taken time off from their busy day to give back to Proctors.
Well, I like it very much. It's a lot of fun. I've met nice people to work with. I'm fairly new in the area. I've only lived here about 2 years, so I've met some very nice people, including Bob and Gloria and Laura. But I volunteer really because I'm interested in the theater and I want to see Proctors succeed, and so this is my small part in helping Proctors succeed.
Music lovers, teachers, and students are always welcome at Van Curlier's Music Store.
We've owned the store 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And
in this location?
In this location. The store has been in existence since 1929, I believe, in Schenectady. And my mother, Florence, took it over and has expanded it to being a really showcase store in the area, not just the area, but everybody who comes through from out of this area has found that it's, they haven't seen anything like it in a long time. We specialize in print music. We do a lot of work with schools, choruses, churches. We also specialize in NYSSMA music, the New York State Music Association. They have a festival at the end of the year and all the students in the area participate. We have a lot of Broadway oriented music because there's a lot of shows that come through. They like to, come and look at our selections. We have some older things, a lot of newer things.
Well, Proctors, of course, is a huge economic driver for Schenectady, for the capital region. But of course, it is located here in downtown, and our organization is focused on the revitalization of downtown. Philip Morris, the president, had mentioned 650,000 people a year come through Proctors, and of course, that's great for the arts. It's great for this theater, but when you also think about it, those people are going out to eat. They're patronizing our great restaurants, and if people haven't been here in a while, they need to understand how many great restaurants we do have in downtown Schenectady. They're shopping, they're going to our other cultural attractions, so it isn't just the theater. It really is a regional arts center that's really helping invigorate the entire capital region. And when you look and see the work that they're doing to keep this theater beautiful, to keep it renovated, to keep it top-notch, it's really exciting, and we're so happy and so proud to have Proctors as the anchor here of downtown Schenectady.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If all this touring has worn you out, why not grab a ticket over to the box office and watch a movie or a show, or come over to Apostrophe Cafe where you can grab a cup of coffee. I'm your roving reporter, Huldah Thompson. See you next time.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.